What's going on,
What's
family?
Up, y'all?
How y'all doing?
Hi, everybody. Welcome to podcast episode
How you
number
doing?
7, right?
I said, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
That's wonderful. We had a beautiful day today. But yes, it's podcast number seven, y'all. We are
Podcast
back
number
at it.
7. Oh, wow.
I am Grizzythaking.
And I am Risho Shun. I'm Surviving Vegan on Instagram.
Yeah, surviving vegan, baby.
We miss y'all so much. It is the week after us just finishing a 3-day detox.
Yeah, man, we
just
had
finished
a
a 3-day.
nice 3-day detox, and it has been amazing.
It's like rolling over a little bit. I was just telling my students, this detox, like the physical aspect has stopped. We started eating food again, but the spiritual part of it just keep rolling and rolling.
And you know, I'm glad you touched on it because detoxing isn't just about losing weight, dropping pounds, cleansing the body.
Exactly.
It's coupled with your spiritual enlightenment, you know.
Exactly.
And like she said, our spiritual enlightenment and our spiritual journey is rolling over even after the detox has stopped. So we've went back to eating our regular daily dishes, but the spiritual journey is so much enhanced right now.
Yes, it is. It definitely is enhanced. And that's actually the topic for our podcast, this episode. Someone asked, what are your tips for fasting? And I think people will be looking for physical tips, like what to eat and things like that. We could touch on that, but I really want us to touch on the spiritual aspect because so many people totally look past that part.
Understood.
And when I even bring it up, sometimes people get a little like, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about this. So I want you to know that every time and anytime that Surviving Vegan puts out a detox, we're putting out the energy behind it to be not only a physical release, but a spiritual and a mental release as well. Because I can tell you to stop eating chicken and I can say stop eating donuts, but that's not going to help when you have an emotional connection to the food. So when we detox our body, we are detoxing our mind and our spirit too.
You know, that emotional connection stems so far back to when you were in your mother's womb.
Yes.
People don't give that to you, don't explain it to you like that, and that's why we get the kickback from a lot of our followers and the family out there, man, because no one's taught us this. You know what I'm saying? No one really pieced this together for us. And at this point, we just want everybody to understand that it is that Trinity, I would say.
It is a Trinity.
Spiritual, mental, physical. That's
Absolutely.
the Trinity right there for us, man. And y'all have to, when you go into detox, it got to be about that.
Yes.
It can't be one-sided.
You definitely want to go into it with your goals, right? What are my goals? Why am I doing this detox, right? So we think of exactly like, you know, fasting from food or fasting from whatever you may be fasting from is like giving your manifestations or your goals charge, the electricity to see it through. So if you think of it that way, you know, okay, here's my actual goal, all right? And like the detox is my batteries. And if I continue to release all the negative charge, I can have positive charge in my life for my manifestations.
And that is correct because throughout the detox, you want to always keep your focus on what are you trying to change? What do you want to change? What do you want to better yourself at? And that's why we tell you, don't just focus on the weight loss. No. Do not focus on the weight loss. The weight loss is a part. Most detoxes are going to have you decrease weight. You know, it's just, that's how your body's set up.
Exactly. Eating less calories. You're probably eating cleaner. You're probably eating more at a structured time. It's not all over the place. So yeah, you're going to lose weight. Most detoxes work. But so then we find that no-brainer. Exactly. We find that with so many detoxes, people don't actually change their mental capacity.
And that hinders actually the weight loss and the weight loss because you're stressing. You're stressing throughout the process. So if you don't switch your mind when you're going into it, you can hinder yourself from losing the pounds that you want. So we definitely recommend that you change your attitude about what's going on. Like,
you know, find out what is it really that's bothering me. Is it really that I just got 5 children, I can't handle it? Or is it really that I don't have the love to give that they require? Okay, so we got to get truthful. As you're cleansing your temple, a lot of emotions gonna come up, and don't just look at it like, oh, this detox making me irritable. No, don't look at it like that. Look at what, you're not relying on food for comfort. So
food.
what is it? Get to the source of that energy and what's coming up and that trigger. That is what you should walk away from a detox with. Understanding yourself more and your relationship with food, because some people even get on the detox, like Surviving Vegan Detox. Shout out to everybody who's doing the Surviving Vegan Detox Challenge.
Shout out to
shout out to everybody. Shout out to Sen Tana, Angela Simmons, who both tested it out, and other people as well.
Brandon T. Jackson.
Brandon T. Jackson as well. We appreciate you, Kingdom, over everything. We done turned into a little shout out. But what I was getting at is, people tell me when they take the detox or they do the detox, oh my gosh, I felt so much clarity. I feel so better. I feel good. You're cleansing your temple. And that also means you're cleansing your spirit. Pay attention to how you eat the food and rely on the food. Some people say, wow, I looked at the meal plan and I thought, looking at it, I was hungry. But when I actually got on it, I'm not hungry. Exactly. So look and really think, what is my relationship with my food? Am I just eating because I'm super stressed and I'm eating all this junk to avoid? Listen, is it?
Yo, we guilty of it. We've done it plenty of times. Right. Just eating because we get stressed out. We have a family of 6, newborn baby, 3 younger children, and we get stressed out. We go and run to
and then healing our trauma and then trying not to pass it on, and then running a business. It's a lot. I get it. You got to take it day by day.
And we have stress foods. We do. Stress vegan foods. We definitely have them. So we understand. But we also have learned that our triggers lead us to consuming those foods.
Yep.
We've learned that. Even though we might dib and dab in it still, we have learned it, and we're working on bettering ourselves, and that's what this last detox was truly about for us. I can personally say that over these past 3 days, I truly sat down in my spiritual room and I focused on not just what my expectations was for coming out, but what did I have to do or what do I have to give up to receive these expectations that I have. And the first thing was doing the detox. The second thing was admitting that I have issues that I need to face head on. The third thing was, don't try to do it all at one time.
Yeah, we be trying to get like all our physical trauma healed in one whop. It don't work like that. Some of that stuff took years and years and years for you to absorb. So it's going to take, as Sister Keisha said, a lifetime to gain it, a lifetime to lose it.
Correct.
Because imagine you trying to heal yourself and the people who have offended you act like it never happened. That's hurtful. That's more trauma on top of trauma. So you have to give yourself a break.
Yeah, we dealing with generations of trauma family, and it doesn't start with you coming out the womb. It started thousands of years ago per history, you know. So we are still dealing with that. You have to remember that you are spiritually connected to that trauma still. That pass on went from mother to daughter to son and kept going around. Yes,
and what he means by spiritually connected, say for instance, our ancestors were in slavery, right? They were treated like crap pretty much. And imagine how, a man, let's say a slave husband and a slave wife, the man getting beat all day, come into the cabin and he hit his wife. That trauma is now past it. He's angry at the master at the time, and then now he passed that trauma on to the wife, and then it could possibly get passed on to your children. And that kept going. Now we have a family of abusers.
Exactly. Or you have a mother who was raped by the slave master and didn't want to tell the husband, or didn't want to disclose that because he knew what that would do to the family, and now she's holding that burden around. Now she's carrying babies that are receiving this burden and being birthed into this burden, and now that energy is onto that child, and that child carries it as well. It's not just gone in thin air. It is passed along throughout the seeds that we
Because you have to realize spirit is an energy. So we can feel auras. We can feel that. You can feel when somebody, you say, oh, your energy off today. You all right? You can feel that. Why is it that I can feel that without you talking? Right? Because we are spiritually connected. Our spirit connects before our physical connect. Right? That's why you have to have a spiritual attraction to somebody before the physical attraction comes.
Correct.
In the balanced relationship. So, and a lot of times we totally don't even think, nobody thinks about that when they're detoxing. They're just like, let me detox, let me feel good, let me look good. And that's kind of like what we do. We we be dressed down to the nine on the outside, but on the inside,
we
just
McDonald's and chicken tenders in the belly.
Exactly. So that just lets you know you're not connected, because if you treat the outer that well, want to wear the best fabrics, why would you want to eat the best food? So what is going on? What is that connection there? So for myself, the spiritual detox, the 3-day detox was phenomenal. We took a lot of self-reflection time, and what I want you to know is every day should be self-reflection. When you go into these 3-day detoxes, it's a quick little restart to get your brain. It's like doing CPR and bring yourself back. It's like a little shock. You're going too far down the rabbit hole. I need to bring myself back. Let me get back on task, and you pick yourself up. If you fallen all the way off, I definitely recommend the 10-day detox, Surviving Vegan Detox Challenge, because it gives you time. Maybe you don't need 3 days is not enough, rather, for you to really assess what I'm going through. So use the detoxes in those manners.
Yeah, and
that's
exactly what we tell everybody to. Don't go into it just one-sided thinking. You can't do that. If you really want to maximize your experience, heal the traumas that you are dealing with. Fast for a purpose. Fast for a purpose, y'all, and make that purpose be long lasting.
And you have the power. Don't think, oh, I need to know A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, all steps. What step you took, it's different for every single person, but you have to know the tools. I am mind, body, and spirit, the Trinity. So I can use food as a detox. What can I use for my spiritual detox? Look to systems that nothing has changed. Water is a form of baptism, a form of washing the soul. So you can do spiritual baths. These things already. You were trained up in some type of spiritual system, most of us. So you use them things and you do it to yourself. Cleanse your feet, write out how you feel, journal, write letters addressing people that have hurt you. These are actual physical tools that you can use. Mentally have conversations if you're at that point with people that you need to have conversations with. Set healthy boundaries, or write it on a sheet of paper what healthy boundaries you're going to start with. But especially, we got to go through that discovery phase, and the detox is a phenomenal.
The detox is the start for that. The detox is definitely the start.
What kind of recommendations do you have for people? Okay, I know I got to do the spiritual side, but what type of foods should I look forward to for my detox? Like, what should I do? What's easy for people to do, like a beginner? Let's say somebody's a beginner.
As far as using the detox, you mean? As far as starting the detox?
As far as like what should they eat on the detox?
On the detox. So you have two things. You have fasting and you have detoxing. So fasting is consuming nothing but water. That's how I consider a fast to be. You would consume water throughout your day and nothing more. Detoxes are more so creating an effect in the body, creating your body to have an action. So let's say that we do citrus fruit, let's say pineapple. Pineapple is going to cause your body to start to push out mucus, push out toxins, cleanse. That's what that would do. It also is good for high fiber, start pushing out waste out of your colon. A lot of people don't realize that they have maybe 10 pounds and more of waste in their colon. Like, that is ridiculous for us to be walking around and just holding on to that stuff. We don't know. You just think that you just heavy. So when you lose,
what makes the Surviving Vegan Detox, and they be like, oh my God, I lost 20 pounds. I'm like, you lost 20 pounds of waste. Like, that was literally boo-boo sitting in there waiting to come out.
And that's like the most exciting part for people to see that those pounds are, but they don't realize it's not the meat.
Not the fat.
It's not the fat that's falling off in those days. It's the actual waste in your colon. And that is, if you truly understood that alone will help you to just change your diet because it's like it's backed up. But I would recommend that a person does probably grapefruit, pineapples, anything definitely with high fiber.
High fiber fruits are always good for cleansing the colon, right?
You know, if you have allergies or anything like that to certain citrus fruits, you can drop it down to melons like watermelon. You can do cantaloupe. You could do honeydew. I know people who don't like it. And you can also do apples, pears. You can fluctuate any fruit that you want on a detox. Yeah, however you want to do it, you know.
Exactly.
So
you do have to follow certain rules with meal pairing, but we already decided we're going to talk about meal pairing on the next episode.
Yeah, so you know, but with the detox, I know like in our 10-day detox, we have meals in there as well, but they're raw meals. We have a salad. You might have one cooked dish in which the dish is only lentils. Yep. Legume. You would cook those and eat those, but for the majority of it, it's just fruits and vegetables. Exactly. We do utilize greens, kale, spinach, dark leafy greens for balancing the body out. Greens, that chlorophyll without the greens balance you and stabilizes the body when it's in a hardship, I would say.
So if you have a detox reaction, because some people, you know, they get headaches or they start to feel sick, especially like when they, you know, possibly have parasites, they get sick, they be throwing up, they can't keep the stuff down because you're disturbing the environment. So if you feel that way, you can use the greens to help stabilize your body and push through and get through it. And one thing I wanted to add to what you were saying is, please remember, if you're doing a 3-day detox, you want to, it's, you know, a shorter term, you want to stick to kind of flushing, you know, stay with the liquids if you're going to be doing a short amount of time. If you're going to stretch it out and do like 10-day detox or a 12 or 14-day detox, then I would say implement some of the legumes. Don't do 3 days of beans and like I did a detox, you know, don't do that.
No, you have to give yourself that break.
Exactly. That break. That's what the detox is for.
And it's giving your body a break, a rest from all the heavy toxic materials that you're constantly putting inside of your body.
Starches as well. Heavy starches and grains, which also raise blood acidity level or lowers blood level, pH level over time. So we definitely want to make sure that we're doing that. With that being said, you should be able to do yourself a detox. Don't overdo it. If you feel that, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, shoot. Bare minimum, stick to one fruit and do it for 3 days. Make juices out of it, blend it. You know it's better to blend versus juice it because we want the fiber. So if you like, I want to do a detox tomorrow, my favorite fruit is strawberry. Look up the benefits of strawberry. See if you need some of those benefits and then do a strawberry detox. That's the bare minimum. Don't overwhelm yourself. Like, oh my God, I don't know. If you don't know, that's where you at. But that don't mean you can't do something.
A lot of our detoxes, we create them for certain purposes, and it gives you a flow. But if you just like you said, if you just want to create your own and be at home and do your own, that's all you gotta do. Grab you the best fruit you like. Blend it down with 12 ounces of water.
Yes, 12 ounces spring water, depending on what it is, right? 12
and
to 60 ounces.
Ride out.
For 3 days, you got it. You can ride out. Get you a gallon of water in a day, you're going to be releasing toxins, okay?
Guaranteed.
That's how the body works. It don't change no matter what you start eating and don't eat. Same way the body works, will always work. So,
but we can't, but that's spiritual. If you're going to do detox, please get to your spiritual side. Sit with yourself and just ask yourself questions like, why do I feel like this all the time? Because we all have things that's wrong with us. It's not a secret.
It's not.
And if anybody come to me and say ain't nothing wrong with them, I'm gonna think they crazy.
It's something you can be.
It's what it is.
It's something that you can be working on, right?
No, we gonna this life. We're gonna constantly be changing, be building, be learning ourselves. You know, so make sure, like for instance, me. I sat down this weekend and one of my things was to go down my timeline of my childhood, because a lot of the traumas that we have start in our childhood. So I coupled the detox with understanding my childhood. So what I've been doing, and like the Queen said, it's been a rollover. For those 3 days, I literally went in to my spiritual room, wrote down a brief timeline of what I can remember from the time that I was born. So let's just say I started to remember stuff when I think I was like 3 or 4. And I might only remember 2 things from that age group, but I wrote it down. And then I went all the way to current time. Then after that, I followed up with going even deeper, studying those time frames. So I would study the time frame between being 4 to 6, just to really try to remember every aspect of my life that happened. And you'll be surprised on the things that you'll remember that could have caused the trauma that you're dealing with right now.
And then we're talking about, because you're not detoxing, your body's not distracted with heavy waste and things like that. You can use your energy, because a lot of times, and what I think he's talking about is suppressed memories.
Correct.
That don't mean the toxic trauma and that you're dealing with is not there, but we can't even remember it. So we're like, dang, I don't even know why I'm sad. Like, I got everything I want. Why am I sad? So I agree with that. You know, going back and reviewing what you went through, because that can reveal to you some of the things that you don't even realize have an effect on you today. And
be prepared, like you said, for the heartache.
Yeah.
You know,
it's hard sometimes.
This 3 days has been an emotional roller coaster. It will be like that if you go into it wanting to heal yourself. Expect that. You know, people don't want to heal themselves, so they don't even think about these things. So they won't get to that point where they feel that hardship or that heartache, or they just try to forget everything. But forgetting everything hurts you even more.
And your children.
It's never forgotten.
We want our children to be better. We want our children, we think we could give them exterior things and, put them in the best school. Make sure that they have everything they want for them, and they still be traumatized, because it's the emotional vocabulary that they need. Not that you don't feel how you feel, but how do you get through it?
Take it from us. Take it from a couple, growing, thriving business that we've created. We've made over 100,000, and yeah, to us it's not nothing. It's something, but it's not like it's not. It
didn't change how we felt.
It didn't change it, and From a community or a person or a family that didn't have it, probably never seen $100,000 in their life, always with working class people.
Now we're talking about we made $100,000 in a month.
In a month, correct. I'm sorry, we made over 100,000 in a month, and we realized that didn't matter. We was on. I'm gonna be honest. We was on a high for like 2 minutes.
In the grand scheme of things,
and we looked at each other and was like, we're not happy yet. We're not happy. And that right there, in all honesty, made us realize that, we rather do some major healing. And because the money is a facade. Y'all know it's paper. It's just what we use to get around.
And they have, I said it to him during the detox. I'm like, it's a shame how capitalists have warped our minds to make this like the end all be all. But you just be like, when the happiness roll in with this?
And don't forget, we're on quarantine. So what makes it even more clear for us, you can't go and
fill your void
with finances and money and partying and riding around in lavish cars, buying this and that and third. You can't do that right now. So you have to feel everything.
Exactly.
And that was the most important, because let's just say we were able to go, we probably went on a trip, went and tried to do something, and then be like, okay, we got a little joy, and then
boop, back to it. You still got that trauma, and it doesn't mean that the person is bad, but I got my own trauma I'm still carrying from childhood. Like, that's deep. No, nothing's gonna feel that, but it's only thing that's gonna feel that is me getting answers and understanding where it come from and releasing it and doing the work to release it. That's it.
And the detox is a wonderful place to start. Even after the detox, after enduring. When I realized what I wanted, what I had to give up, or I started to change, my manifestation started to appear like that, quick, very like sudden.
I would instantly think something that would happen.
Yeah, and not even joking, y'all. Like, not even joking. Clearing your temple.
But let me say, people might say that's like sound like some magic, or how that happened. That don't seem real to people. Notice this is what we tune our energy on. But when we go into detox, we have expectations. We go in with this knowing that we're going to come out with it.
Period. It's period.
Nothing else.
When they say period, period. That's what it is. Like we go in just like that. We don't have no
Is it gonna happen?
Is it gonna happen?
You might get that, but we sweep it to the side and we just keep pushing. Like I'm gonna go. I'm gonna believe this, and this is the energy I'm gonna put out about it.
We were and going a little further back outside of the detox. We remember we were at our last $400, and our daughter was in homeschool. She was the first homeschooler, and we looked at each other and we had to make a hard decision. It was like, are we gonna keep this going up? We gonna send her back to public school? Or what are we gonna do? And we decided to go forward with her being in school with that last $400 we had in our bank account. And we ain't been down since. Because, and I say that to say we believe that change was gonna happen. Something was gonna come through. We manifested that. We put the energy forth, and it came to pass.
And we have to be, when we ask for things, when we receive them, we try our best. We not perfect, but we try our best not to fumble it.
Correct.
We try our best to make calculated decisions. And, that helps when you have a team member. So if you have people as willing and wanting to detox, or they just interested for the physical side, introduce the spiritual and the mental side to them, because their energy can be used with yours.
Yeah.
And we both go into it with this spirit. It is, like I say, a charge. It's like a charge. And the more you can muster up from yourself and, allow yourself to feel, the more that it can be for yourself in abundance. So if you have a group of people, if y'all let's say want to win a championship or something, y'all do a detox, do a fast before that, everybody put their energy towards it, I believe that it will happen. Mm-hmm. That's how we've been living our life for the last 3 years.
That's how you got to ride it.
That's how we've been living our life. And it ain't easy. It's hard because you got to know. It's like that faith. You got to have that faith. So that faith that's stepping out, walking on water right there. Faith is walking on water, okay? So just have the faith in yourself.
Please.
Definitely, if you don't have the faith in constructing your own detox, check out the Surviving Vegan Detox Challenge.
We got all the detoxes for you, y'all.
All
Anything
the detoxes.
You got it, the detox
How do
boxes.
I get all of it? How do you get the detox? If you're not following us on Instagram, follow us. I am Surviving Vegan. That's me. And what's yours?
Surviving Vegan _ Grizzythaking. Grizzy the THA King.
The King. Okay. And you can also check us out on all streaming platforms. The podcast, I Am Surviving Vegan podcast. Tell your friend, and tell her mama and his cousin, and then tell his other friend.
Click that link on YouTube. Click that link on YouTube. Sign up.
Yes, Surviving Vegan TV on YouTube. And last but not least, you can join our text club by texting the word Detox Gang
together.
DETOXGANG to the number 31996. Peace and love, family. We love y'all so very much.
Love you.
Talk to you soon.
Have a good evening.